Well, from one thing that's been disappointing to another thing that's been disappointing.
True. Though
You found this
potentially
story
climbing out.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with this?
Yeah, so there's again rumblings of a DC overhaul in the works. Now that Discovery um has bought Warner Media, they're going to be Warner Brothers is now going to be Warner Brothers Discovery. So they're kind of merging the two. And there's talk from, kind of top down level that this new iteration of both companies is on the hunt for a DC equivalent of Kevin Feige. Somebody
Right.
who's going to be like Master Stories are, who's finally going to be like,
Mhm.
listen, we've had some really glimmering successes, but everything is so scattered. We need to like pull all these pieces together, get some storylines flowing that make sense with one another. Um, we need to, bring back characters that we've underutilized or had poor showings for. Um, and we need to like, kind of get all of this, get this ship in order.
Mhm.
So they're looking right now for a person who's going to be doing all of this. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like with much success right now. But obviously, who knows? It's still early in the hunt, so who knows? But there's, talk of once they find this person, like trying to reboot Superman. I don't know with or without Henry Cavill. There's talk of like trying to refigure out how to use Margot Robbie, and do some Harley Quinn spin-off stuff. There's maybe talk of reviving the Gotham City, um, like police department TV show that was going to be on
Mhm.
HBO Max, but then just got canceled. Trying to tie that back in with like Colin Farrell's Penguin series. So yeah, so there's a lot of moving pieces right now, and I'm not sure where everything is going to shake out. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, DC is clearly trying to do what Marvel has successfully done, which at one point in time, like knowing the success of Marvel and like knowing they had their house in order would have been like, ooh, this is amazing. But as we kind of talked about in the last episode, I feel like Marvel's gotten a little formulaic, a little joyless, a little too reliant on its own like engine and its own notoriety of being like, well, it's a Marvel movie, so obviously it's quality. We don't really have to try anymore. We're just following the formula. So, on the one hand, I like having a plan for DC. On the
Mhm.
other, don't do exactly what Marvel has done because I don't need more of the same formula just in the DC world.
Yeah.
I need coherence. I need things tying together, but I don't need, you know, what's already been done, what's been proven to work. I need
Yeah.
like new, I need reinvention. So yeah,
Uh,
clearly I have mixed feelings about this.
right. Yeah. I'll say hello to Renato quickly. He's jumped in the
Hey.
chat. Thanks for popping in. Much appreciated.
Hi,
Um,
hi.
yeah, overhaul of DC. I mean, the interesting thing about this Variety article we found talks about
Mhm.
it. They don't mention comic books at all.
They
So it's
don't.
it's like not a priority.
No,
Um,
no.
and they mention picking up some more video game things,
Mhm.
but it's all so we've basically what it feels like we've established now is that DC, as I didn't come up with, but DC is for all intents and purposes stands for dead company because it's ceased to be anything new,
Mhm.
right? So the comics were the source. So
Mhm.
they've all this IP that they've created over, 85, 90 years in existence. And they've decided that, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, now Aquaman, Flash, a few of these like known quantities over the
Mhm.
years are going to be our things. And
Mhm.
we're not we're not hiring people interested in writing new
New.
things for us.
Mhm.
We're just going to forever reiterate and milk these few characters
Mhm.
until there's just nothing left to suck out.
Mhm.
And so I don't know what you do. Because we, like you said, we were talking on the last episode about how it's amazing what Marvel managed to accomplish in its
Mhm.
first 10-year run. But
Yeah.
now they feel directionless.
Mhm.
Where do you go here? Whether it's quality waning or it's just
Mhm.
feeling repetitive, you know, Tony made the claim that, you know, Endgame is never going to happen again. We're never going to
Yeah.
get that kind of success again, leading up this decade-long thing to a
Mhm.
conclusion that the majority of people find satisfactory.
Mhm. Well, and should
So
we?
right, and so
I mean,
should
if you've
DC
already been
chase
there,
that.
done that, yeah. If you've already been there, done that, like I'm speaking here to Marvel. If you've already been there, done that, been successful, like why go back?
Mhm.
It's again, I applaud Marvel for moving forward and like moving into, taking risks with new characters. You could so easily just go back and be like, "Listen, we're just going to like keep pumping some Iron Mans out or like do a
Yeah,
spin-off." Obviously doing like Shang-Chi and the Eternals. Those are just totally brand new characters that they
yep,
didn't have to move into, and good for them for doing it. I just would like to see their like storyline formula change. And
right.
so no, don't go back and do what you just did. Don't go
Mhm.
back and like have like I mean, you can have a goal in mind, but don't have like a we're going to build up to Endgame.
Yeah.
For DC, they haven't had that moment and they have so much out
Mhm.
there that's messy. I don't feel as resistant to an idea of that, or at least somebody who could come in and clean up and say like, we had some shit happen that doesn't make sense when you look cross movie to cross movie. And if we're going to have characters appear in each other's stuff, at least let's make it make sense. Even if we're not building to an end game, like let's like not have people make cameos that literally don't make sense in their timeline, or they make one and then make a solo movie that directly refutes what they did as a
Yeah.
cameo in another movie.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what they should do. Because I can sit and say, well, they can keep making movies of all these individual characters, and we'll have the Batman, and we'll have the Joker, and we'll have the Suicide Squad, and we'll have Wonder Woman, and all this different stuff.
Mhm.
But you make all these movies eventually. Yeah, people are going to want to see them together. Where's the Justice League movie?
Mhm.
And I don't know. You just that's
Snyder
when it gets
cut.
complicated. You know? Yeah, Snyder Cut. Well, and maybe that would have been the right choice, is just keep going with that, because
Right.
they're still making Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the
making
Wonder
Wonder
Woman
Woman
that's in there.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the Flash and Aquaman. Those are still our existing characters for
Right.
those things. So why not build off that base if you're gonna go with this? Because
Yeah,
otherwise,
maybe
you
they
had to
can
say clean
reverse it.
slate and just cancel all of them,
Right. I was gonna say
Because
maybe they can like reverse engineer it. Like they've already done Justice League, so why don't we go like branch out? Like don't branch back into like an end game or another Justice League, whatever. Or maybe do like a Justice League Dark or some I don't know. Do something
yeah,
totally different. Like free yourself up.
yeah,
Because
eh,
because now they've got even more messy pieces with
yeah,
obviously, like, Ezra Miller is having some serious troubles, like, they've already
yeah.
made the Flash movie, but, like, are you really gonna make another
Push
one
was
with this kid?
delayed. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah. If it was, I think if it was me, and I have trouble convincing the board to do it,
Mhm,
um, is let's hire some people that they some people that have a history in comic books, some new authors that are
mhm,
chomping at the bit. Let's get people to make some original ideas under the
mhm.
DC banner.
Sure.
We're gonna have we're gonna print books. We're going to have weekly issues. We're gonna get free reign. No, we
Mhm,
want this thing and we want that thing. Like, just get creative people in there to tell stories.
mhm,
You have an app that is your it could be included with your HBO Max Disney Plus, or
Mm.
not Disney, but HBO Max Discovery Plus
Yeah.
um, bundle thing or
Close.
whatever. You know, you get your subscription and you get the comic books with it, and just let them go. Let them, you
Mhm.
know, you and Dana and my wife are all reading webtoons things.
Yeah. Love it.
Independent, original creators from around the world telling unique stories,
Right?
unfettered. They get money for their, you know, from ads or like coins or whatever you
Yep.
buy stuff with or whatever, all that. Just get some talent in there
Mhm.
that and just let them go. And then
Yeah.
you'll
Let them create.
cultivate new IP that you can start making movies on eventually.
Which they are already doing. I know of at least 3 different webtoons that I read that are either going to be adapted into movies or, um, one of them is gonna be a new K-drama
Okay.
that's dropping in the next year or 2.
Well, then I just saw I was
You, like,
looking
literally
earlier.
just solved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
so I, what I think is DC does need somebody to, like, organize their mess. But it doesn't have to be like a direct Kevin Feige equivalent. Do you know what I mean? Like, they clearly need somebody to come in here and be like, y'all built yourselves a mess. Like, you just came in here and you have too many branches. Let's just like reel it back in and like pick some very solid directions to focus our energy on. Now, does that mean like we need to like directly talk about storylines or characters or what movies are need to be made in organization? Perhaps not. Somebody needs to come in and be like, we need to pick a direction, guys, and commit, because we can't keep doing this like, you know, one off here, one off there, because this is what's killing us.
Well, I think they should just stop with the whole idea of a connected to begin with. Like, just give it a rest. If
But
something, you know,
somebody needs to come in and make that
and say that,
decision.
yeah, make
Yeah,
that decision.
exactly.
Like,
Somebody
okay,
needs to come in and like be the disciplinarian to be like,
yeah,
stop it. We
right.
need to stop this.
Hmm.
We need to do better. Here's how we're going to do better. And every time somebody comes up with like, but what if we no,
Hmm.
we're not going to do that.
Hmm. You know, they can do those sorts of things. They get a whole nother branch and start making a lot of great animated stuff. You know, the
Mhm.
X-Men cartoon was great because it was the comic books put in
Mhm.
cartoon format. So if you get some new authors in there writing some fun things, they can start making animated all kinds of
Right.
stuff. Way lower production value, way lower risk, and you can
Mhm.
have a connected thing that way. You can have a series and have the comics and the animated movies and stuff connect. So you could have comics and you could fill in between. You
Mhm.
still start just, but the triple A high budget movies with a connected universe where the characters are shared, just drop it for now.
Sure.
Drop doing, you know, beyond what's already planned and is already in production. Drop Aquaman, drop Wonder Woman, drop the Flash, just quit it.
Mhm.
And until a new idea really comes along that looks great
Mhm.
and just I don't know. I know they're not gonna do that because they
No.
can't resist. We it's you gotta keep pumping it out. You gotta keep pumping it
Mhm.
out. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
I was pausing for a second because I was agreeing with you about like stop like all the interconnected junk. Um but then I was like, "Oh no, like I really enjoyed Matt Reeves' Batman and he's going to have like an interconnected television series. Like am I really, saying no to that?" And then I realized no, I wasn't. Like this is its own little like
Right.
pocket. Nobody else
It's
needs
a
to come
spot.
in here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not you know, the Flash isn't gonna show up.
Right. Well,
It's
I hope
just
not.
right. Right. I
Right, it's
think
just
that's
the
fine too.
Batman.
It's a
Yep,
creative idea of
yep,
one person, and these are the things we wanna tell.
right, that can
And
go in and out
yeah,
of it, yeah. Yep,
right.
yep,
So
yep, I get you now.
we'll see. I have no hope.
Yeah, low
So,
expectations for
yeah.
sure.
But I am excited for the merger because I'm
Mhm.
hoping, you know, HBO Max is just like it's just everything. I can drop, you know, I already have HBO Max and Discovery Plus.
Right, can we just
One
yep,
thing, you
yep.
know. Mhm. So